What up? It's your boy Ross in 2K. It's Redpill Mondays. Let's go. So I want to get right to it, man. So I don't know if you guys watch this show. It's Married at First Sight. It's one of my favorite shows. I just love I like Love Is Blind as well. I like Temptation Island. I like these shows where it's like a social experiment for me to watch. I learn a lot about the psychology and relationships and how women think and how, I'm working on my master's in social work. So I actually recently had a project where I've been doing research on divorce in America for the past 7 weeks. And to watch these shows gives me better perspective on why relationships are ending and trying to find those patterns. Because if you just do a standard search, if you just do a standard of why do marriages end in divorce, what's the primary cause, you'll see financial, I think number one is financial, then it's infidelity. And even though I've been doing research on this, I know I don't sound extremely confident, and the reason for that is a lot of these, whatever the prototype of why marriages end in divorce, it's kind of bullshit, I'll be honest. It's not a it's not a trustworthy source for you to just search that up, because in all reality it's is it financial? It's usually something's blanketed for a deeper issue. And I'll just say this, the number one, if you could say what is the cause, it's the vetting process. That's just it. And I actually have a video from Married at First Sight that I could, they don't really clip these shows online. They're heavily monetized, I believe. So what I did was I just recorded on my phone. It doesn't look amazing, but you get the gist of the scene. I'm gonna play it and then we're gonna dissect this.
Just met. I don't want to hide anything from you. I think telling you.
Let me just give you the premise in case you just don't watch these shows. Married at First Sight is obviously couples who have never met and they get married the first day they meet. First sight. So these couples have put in their bid for an application to this show that they trust these matchmakers to find their soulmate, basically. And the matchmakers, which are therapists and professional matchmakers, they sit down and they take these applications, they decide who will be with who, and they're married at first sight. So that's the premise of the show. This couple has been married and the matchmakers are trusting that they are matched perfectly or for the best of their abilities. And this is them. I think they were on their honeymoon in this. This is maybe day 3 that they've known each other. But yeah, so here's the scene.
We just met. And I don't want to hide anything from you. I think telling you everything's important. So this is a thing that is making me nervous. I would want to know what your faith is. We never talked about that.
We did. I'm Christian.
Okay, good.
Yep. And I do pray a lot, and I do have a relationship with God, and we're pretty tight. What about you?
I grew up Catholic. My parents.
Right.
Yeah, my parents are Catholic. My sister, she's not Catholic, but she definitely believes in God. She's
right.
She's spiritual, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm building my family that's not. I'm an atheist.
How do you feel about children being baptized?
From my perspective, it's a baby going in water.
The unknown is so scary.
Right.
And so I think sometimes religion can be a really safe place to feel comforted.
If it's a big deal to you in your faith, then it's a big deal to me.
Okay.
Okay.
I think that is the beauty of church.
Yeah.
Previously I was cheated on, and my faith really helped me through that. I think it's a huge principle of mine to be very respectful. I'm sure you get hit on all the time. And
At the restaurant, I had all the time.
I believe that. And that's okay. I'm not jealous, I'm territorial. And like, I trust that my partner will act accordingly out of respect, and I don't really see a reason to be deceitful.
Well, I guess the other big thing, while we're here,
You have a child.
we just met.
In the clip. So there's a few things to address this out the gate. Do you guys get, like, watching this? Do you understand, like, the vetting process? They've already gone too far. They're married, but it wouldn't have mattered anyway. If they were dating, it would have been the same conversation and the same result. But do you guys get it? Like, you see the vetting process and the mistakes that we make as humans every day to get with someone that we clearly do not align with? Think about this, right? She says that she goes to church and she says she's aligned with God. They're tight. So then if she is truly a Christian and that's what she believes, then she would also believe that him not believing in God would lead to him going to hell. I'm not trying to get into like a crazy religious thing. Like, I'm not trying to make it about that, but just walk with me for a second. If she says, hey, I'm Christian, I have a great relationship with God, this is what I'm about, then him saying he's atheist, if she really stood on her Christianity, she would say, then this won't work. Sorry. Hey, experts, camera guys, go ahead and just cut. Let's go ahead and cut, because I don't want my husband to go to hell. Like, I believe in Christianity. And if he's atheist, then I have to bank on the fact that I can convert him. Then they spoke about kids, where he was like, look, the kids can do whatever they want to do. You know what I'm saying? If it's important to you, it's important to me, which that statement just cannot be true. How can that statement hold true? It's not important to you because you're an atheist. There's nothing wrong with that. But you guys will never align. So when the kids, and think about it, right now he's saying it's fine. But when she starts taking the kids to get baptized, the kids got to go to church. He wants to spend time. Maybe he's got an event. He planned something, but she's like, but they got to go to church. And the church is not important to him. It's going to become a conflict. And then even deeper than that, it's like, you think about how she put the kids first. She said if we had kids, basically she would want the kids to just make sure the kids were saved and baptized. So you don't care if you go to hell, as long as the kids are okay. You see, like, this vetting process, this is what we do, man. We get caught up in our feelings and the love of things, and we don't pay attention to the alignment. Because you can't align perfectly with anyone, true. But there are there are just things you gotta stand on as a human being. You gotta stand on it to be like, okay, is this a hill I'm willing to die on? You got to make that determination. And I think also, if you see towards the end, she was discussing the, basically she fears that he would cheat because religion is usually an anchor for, like, to keep someone morally in tune, right? And with him being atheist, her concern is that he would cheat on her. Mind you, this dude is a club owner. So it's a popping club that he owns. So he's frolicking, and basically his job is just to frolic and party. And, you know, he's saying that he wouldn't cheat. And she's just like, that's just my concern. And also, I think that for her, and he makes decent money. And I think that for her level of, you know, delusion is that she would be enough. And I called it when I saw this. I'm like, she's just delusional to think he wouldn't cheat. I mean, that's just something she's got to accept. You see the vetting process. So right here, you see like multiple issues that we can see on the outside looking in to be like, this is not going to go well. But these two will not. For some reason, when you're in it, you can't quite see it. And that's something that I think for myself, for my personal growth, is something that I've tried to be way more proactive on what my alignment is with someone and what hill I'm willing to die on. I think that even with, you know, when I was with my son's mom, we didn't align politically. And I see, here's the thing, but it's not a hill I was willing to die on at that time because I'm more centered. So I sit in the middle. I lean a little right. I'm more so like, I'm more, I guess you could say I'm more conservative in some ways, but I also believe of like, women's choice. It's something that I just personally believe in. That's a democratic view. And I just could never be a far right radical or a far left, like blue haired libtard, because if you pick either side too far, you're insane. Those people are insane. When you meet someone that's too far right, they're radical. It's insane. You're just like, what the fuck? That no one's gonna take your guns. Chill. Then you meet somebody to the far left, and you're like, yo, how many genders are there? And you said it's LGBTQ plus question mark and unknown. You're adding more. It's crazy. So yeah, man, I sit centered, but it wasn't a hill that I was willing to die on. But again, there are things that I will not budge on, and we gotta figure this out, man, with this vetting process. Watching this is just like such a social experiment because I see it in real time how people make pivotal mistakes in thinking that they can settle for things that they know they just can't, and I think religion has got to be religion has to be. See, that's the thing. People just really ain't religious like they say they are. I'm going to just keep it a buck. Let's just keep it a buck. People aren't. People are like, mainly Christians. It's the fucking worst. Like, I grew up Baptist Christian, man. Like, Christian is the fucking worst, bro. We're the biggest sinners. Like, we do not stand on business with that shit. I noticed that other religions do. Well, Muslim. A lot of dudes become Muslim in jail, bro. They go out, they be smoking weed and shit. Like, they be doing a bunch of bullshit, and they don't really be serious about that. But I do know that other religions man, I don't want to disrespect anybody. I'm not trying to disrespect anyone's religion. I'm just saying, like, the other religions are like Jewish. I know that they're serious about that. They stand on business. I do know Muslims, besides the ones I mentioned, stand on business. If people are, I know like Buddhists stand on business. Even like Catholics stand on business. And it's just like, yeah, man, when I hear women say they're Christian, that should have been a red flag out the gate, is like her saying she's Christian and then being okay that he wasn't. You see what I'm saying? It just can't align. So yeah, man, that's just my take on this, and take with it what you will,